Also, nagpa-blessing ako. Look at this. It is week 2 of using this BYD CO5 car. And so far, ang laki talaga ng difference niya in terms of daily spend. I've been spending 1.5 to 1.8 on a weekly basis sa gas. And ngayon, this is week 2. So far, I have only spent 500 sa gas. And around 600 sa electricity. And that is because, no first week, I went to Greenbelt. It was around 400 pesos charge. Tapos, just this week, ang charge ko naman was 300 pesos sa Ayala Malls, Manila Bay. And it was already from 30% to 78 to 80%. Battery na yon, 80%, can last me up to 3 to 4 days already. So, ang thing kasi with BYD is electricity first siya. Kasi sineset mo yung battery kung hanggang saan lang yung battery, tapos after nun is gas na yung gagamitin. So, once na sinet mo yun sa ganon, kahit na naka HEV mode ka or hybrid mode, talagang uunahin niya yung battery. So, which is so good because aside from yung mga binayaran kong electricity places, meron akong mga malls na pinuntahan, dalawa sila na libre yung charge. So, wala akong gastos doon. And if ever man in the future, dumami man yung mga electric vehicles around the metro, ang kinagandahan dito is when you charge at home, it's actually cheaper. So, kung 28 pesos or 30 pesos sa malls na nagpapabayad ng battery, sa bahay, it's around 13 pesos per kilowatt hour. So, ibig sabihin, yung 30 pesos ko is actually sa bahay, it's only 15 pesos. One full charge ito, it's 150 to 200. Sa bahay, sa bahay. And one full charge is around 3 to 4 days. So, you do the math. 3 to 4 days, tapos 150. That's for me. Yeah, that's my city driving, okay? So, pros and cons naman tayo. I'm really loving the car, the drive. Sobrang lambot ng manibela. Ang dali-dali niyang gamitin. If you are a beginner, kung first time mo magdadrive, first time mo magkaka-car, I believe the BYD is perfect for you. Aside from it being, very price user-friendly. Ano rin siya? Very easy to use. And of course, si BYD nandyan para tulungan ka whenever you can't touch the screen. Easy to talk to BYD and ask them to do anything. Example na lang is, hi BYD, it is hot.
Alright, the temperature is going down by 1 degree.
Ganon. So, in-adjust na yung temperature kasi nga mainit. Sabi ko, or let's say, hi BYD, open Apple CarPlay. Gagawin niya din yan. This has been very, very helpful for me. Just click here. And then, ayan. So, kita ko yung harap, yung likod, yung gilid, and then, of course, yung ilalim. Kung may something sa ilalim, nakikita din niya. So, this has been very, very helpful for me during every time I park. Ayan. In terms of driving, it's so smooth. The seats are so comfortable. Ang saya niya lang i-drive. I've driven Honda City 2016. I've driven 2010 Subaru Forester. For me, sobrang mas easier ito i-drive, no bias. Lalo na yung steering wheel and yung accelerator and brakes is so soft na konting ganun mo lang para ka na nag-zoom. So, ingatan tayo doon, pero ganun siya kagaan, kadaling gamitin, kumbaga. So, going to the cons now, one of the cons is the seats. Beside the fact na it's so comfortable. Ako kasi as a very clumsy person, feeling ko madudumihan ko siya anytime. So, yun lang yung problem ko dito. I think madali lang man siya punasan. Kailangan mo lang kuskusin. Kasi nung nagkaroon ako ng mini stain here, talagang kinuskus ko siya with wipes. So, yun lang. Take note lang na you have to buy like leather seat solution para punasan talaga siya. Also, nagpa-blessing ako. Look at this. Hindi na siya natanggal. Wala pa akong yung panlinis ng leather. So, sana madaan to sa leather. Tinry ko siyang i-wipe. Ayaw niya talaga matanggal. So, I have to figure this out pa. So, that's one of the cons na using leather. But if you have driven a leather before, this is my first time na parang talagang ganitong klaseng car. Another cons is just the beep beep. Wala siyang half. Full siya. So, you have to do it here. So, kung magti-thank you ka or something, hindi mo siya magagawa. Parang talagang full-on beep-beep siya. Ayan. And, of course, since nandito yung screen, yung air vents mo nandito. This is what I use. May a little adjustment lang sa pagtitingin sa phone kasi syempre nasa baba siya. Medyo hindi siya friendly. Pero kaya nga, ikaw may screen, I get it. But sometimes I use my phone, so yun lang, you have to find. Wala, hindi pwede dito. Pwede kang bumili ng parang bilog na didikit, but ayoko kasi sayang. So, meron naman ako yung dedicate dito sa air vent, pero yun nga, nasa baba, one of the cons as well. Minor lang naman. Another con, sabi ng iba, this is not an issue of mine because I have been used to driving the Honda City na lowered. So, lahat ng galaw, kapag may humps, may konting lubak-lubak, nararamdaman ko talaga before sa Honda City. Sa Forester, hindi kasi medyo mataas. So, ito naman ay mas mataas kaysa sa Honda City. So, it is okay. Hindi ko masyadong ramdam yung sinasabi ng ibang users na maalog daw, nahihilo daw sila or something. If you are used to, you know, big cars na nakukuha yung konting lubak, then it's a little bit of an issue. For me, hindi ko makita yung sinasabi nilang malubak. Kasi yun nga, I have been used to the Honda City na mas mababa dito. So in terms of lubak-lubak, actually, mas hindi ko nararamdaman sa kotse na to compared sa old car ko. So, I don't see the issue there, but just a heads up sa mga may car before na medyo malalaki or matataas na hindi nyo nararamdaman yung mga lubak-lubak. For me, it's not an issue. Actually, bawas pa. Bawas siya dito compared sa my old car. So, one of the cons right now is yung kanyang app. So, BYD has an app. But unfortunately, 2 weeks na wala pa rin akong app. I'm not really complaining that much kasi the app just tells you if the doors are locked, if the doors are unlocked when you leave the car. You can turn it on the car before you go in, or kung malayo ka, gusto mo na naka-on yung car, pwede mong gawin yun through the app. As well as meron siyang GPS yung car using the app. So nakikita mo kung saan ka nakapark. Kung nakalimutan mo kung nasaan ka nakapark, which is a big problem of mine. But it's not really a big issue for me. But some have already been waiting for I don't know, 1 month already for the app. I followed up with the agent pero sabi niya wala pa daw. I'll follow up again next week. So let's see if by next week meron na or wala pa din, or tingnan natin. So yun lang naman ang medyo minor issues for me. I don't have any big issues yet. I'll keep you guys updated kasi sabi sa book, I need at least half of the required kilometers pag magpi-PMS na. So required ako to reach at least 1.5 na naka HEV mode or using gas para matest. But ngayon nasa 100 plus pa lang ako. I still have a lot more kilometers to go naman, so pwede kong bawiin doon. Ang technique dyan is hindi ka muna mag-charge or minimal lang yung charging mo, or set the SOC state of charge ng higher para kapag na-hit na ng car yung 70% battery, ibig sabihin gagamit na siya ng gas to support the battery para ma-reach lagi na 70% yung battery mo. Parang ganun yung explanation nun. So, I might set the SOC or state of charge higher para laging gamitin yung gas. Keep you guys updated for week 3 and for the 1 month using the BYD for any issues, problems, and everything else. So, until then, bye!